This is chapter 2, India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. This is part 3. Next point is Maharana Pratap. After the death of Uday Singh, Maharana Pratap ascended the throne of Mewar. He continued the struggle for Mewar's existence. Till the very end, he struggled with Akbar to maintain his independence. He has become immortal in history due to his qualities of valor, courage, self-respect, sacrifice, etc. Next point is Chand Bibi. Mughals attacked Ahmednagar, the capital of Nizam Shah's kingdom, in 1595 CE. The Mughal army put the fort of the Ahmednagar under siege. Chand Bibi, the capable daughter of Hussain Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar, bravely defended the fort. At this time, there was an internal strife among the factions of the Sardars in Nizam Shah's kingdom. This resulted in the murder of Chand Bibi. Later, the Mughals captured the fort of Ahmednagar. But the Mughals could not bring the entire kingdom of Nizam Shahi under their control. Students, in this paragraph, we get the word faction. Okay, faction of Sardars. Faction means division. Okay. Next point is Rani Durgavati. Gondwana can broadly be said to comprise the eastern part of Vidarbha, part of Madhya Pradesh to its north, the western part of today's Chandigarh, northern part of Andhra Pradesh and the western part of Odisha. Rani Durgavati, born in the dynasty Chandel Rajput, became the queen of Gondwana when she was married. She was an excellent administrator. The struggle of Gondwana Queen Durgavati against the Mughals is important and medieval history. After her husband's death, Durgavati laid down her life while fighting against Akbar, but she did not surrender. Next sub-point is Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb became the emperor in 1658 CE. At this time, the Mughal Empire extended from Kashmir in the north up to Ahmednagar in the south, and from Kabul in the west up to Bengal in the east. To this, Aurangzeb added Assam in the east and the regions of Adil Shahi of Bijapur in the south and Qutub Shahi of Golconda after he ended these kingdoms. Next sub-point is conflict with Oghams. In the 13th century CE, the people of Shan community settled down in the valley of river Brahmaputra. They established their kingdom there. They were locally known as Ogham people. While Aurangzeb ruled, the Oghams had a prolonged struggle with the Mughals. The Mughals attacked the Oghams region. The Oghams united under the leadership of Gadadhar Sinha. Commander Lachit Borphukan gave an intense battle against the Mughals. The Oghams used the guerrilla technique in the conflict against the Mughals. It became impossible for Mughals to create a strong base in Assam. Next point is conflict with Sikhs. The ninth Guru of the Sikhs, Guru Tegh Bahadur, protested strongly against Aurangzeb's policy of religious intolerance. Aurangzeb imprisoned him and beheaded him in 1675 CE. After him, Guru Gobind Singh became the Guru of Sikhs. Guru Gobind Singh organized his followers and encouraged their martial spirit. He organized the Sikh youths into a fighting force called the Khalsa Dal. Their headquarters were at Anandpur. Aurangzeb sent his army to fight the Sikhs. His army attacked Anandpur. Although the Sikhs fought fiercely, they did not succeed. After that, Guru Gobind Singh came to the Deccan in 1708 CE. There was an attempt on his life when he was at Nanded. Soon after, the Guru succumbed to his wounds. Next subpoint is conflict with the Rajputs. Akbar had secured the cooperation of the Rajputs with his policy of amicable relation. Here amicable means friendly. Okay, friendly relation means it was his policy to make friendship. Aurangzeb could not obtain the cooperation of Rajputs. After the death of Rana Jaswant Singh of Marwad, Aurangzeb annexed his kingdom to the Mughal Empire. Annexed means to take control of another country. Durgadas Rathod crowned Jaswant Singh Minor's son. Here the word crown means to put a crown on the head of a new king or a queen in an official ceremony. Got it? So he crowned his minor son Ajit Singh as the king of Marwad. Durgadas Rathod fought hard against the Mughals. Aurangzeb sent Prince Akbar to Marwad to crush the resistance of Durgadas. Prince Akbar joined hands with Rajputs and rose in revolt against Aurangzeb. An effort was made to seek help from the Marathas in Maharashtra. They asked help from Marathas in Maharashtra to fight against Aurangzeb. Okay. In this revolt, Durgadas Rathod continued his struggle against the Mughals for the existence of Marwad. Next and last subpoint is conflict with the Marathas. In Maharashtra, Swaraj was established under the leadership of Shivaji Maharaj. In his efforts to establish Swaraj, Shivaji Maharaj had to fight the Mughals too long with the other enemies. Aurangzeb came down to the Deccan after the death of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj with the purpose of conquering the whole of South India. But the Marathas offered stiff resistance to Aurangzeb and defended their independence. So we shall study this struggle later on. I hope you have understood till here. We have completed this lesson. Thank you.